Good morning, YouTube. This is DR Jacobs bringing you another episode of Morning Slice. Now, with today's episode, I know people are going to be telling me that I'm preaching to the choir today because of what today's topic is. Because this is something I need to work on myself. Now, before we get too far into the episode, I'm going to admit it's going to be a really short, well, maybe not a really short episode, but I'm thinking today's going to be a shorter episode because I'm really tired right now. I'm more tired than usual, so I might end up uh, cutting the video short. But today's video is on the subject of believing in oneself. Now, before I get into the discussion of believing in oneself and what that means to me and how people can believe in themselves, we're going to start with our Bible verses. So, today we're going to be reading from Proverbs 3, verses 5 through 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Now, so there was one more I wanted to do. Here we go. Hebrews 11, verse 1. Now, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. So, basically, what I'm saying, what I feel these Bible verses are saying, is that people need to be confident in themselves, and they need to know that no matter what they do, if they're following the Lord, they'll be able to understand that everything is happening for a reason, and you should be confident with the choices you make, and you should be confident enough to make choices because as long as you're pushing on with your heart and your spirit, you can't make the wrong choice. Everything happens for a reason. And then for my next thing about having faith in ourselves, I'm going to be talking about the negative of having faith in ourselves. And I feel like this verse right here really embodies this. Proverbs 28, verse 26. Whoever trusts in his own mind is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom will be delivered. Now, what I'm getting from this is what I want to say about having faith in yourself. It's good to have faith in yourself, but don't get cocky. Alright? It's good to have faith in yourself, but don't have too much faith in yourself to where you just think that you can't be touched by anything. Because that's not how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be vulnerable people, but we're also supposed to believe in ourselves because as long as we have God with us, we can make the right choices. But we don't want to feel like no matter what we do, we can't do wrong. Because that's not how we're supposed to be. Humans are faulted creatures, and that is how we are designed to be. We're supposed to make mistakes because in making mistakes, that helps us remember that we're not perfect beings, that we're just, we're ourselves. We're not supposed to make all the right choices all the time. We're not supposed to know everything that's going to happen and when it's going to happen. That's not our job. That's his job. It's our job to be confident in ourselves, but it's also our job to not be too confident in ourselves because, again, we don't want to be cocky, show-offy. We don't want to think that we're invincible. We don't want to think that we're the best people in the world. I mean, I'm sure someone out there is the best person in the world, and more power to him for being the best person, or more power to her for being the best person. I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but I know that there's someone out there who's better than me, and I know there's someone out there who thinks I'm better than them. So again, it's good to have faith in yourself and believe in yourself, but don't get too wrapped up in it. And like people who could get too wrapped up in it, let's think about high school with the jocks who think they can get away with anything and get with any, the jocks that think that he can get with any girl or get away with anything they do in any other teacher's class because they're the star of the football team or something. They're confident in their abilities to play the game, but they're too confident in themselves, thinking they can just get away with whatever they want during their high school years. Let's see now. Then we have the unconfident people who need to work on confidence, the shy people who always look down on themselves and say negative things about themselves, saying that they're not worth what's going on, they don't fit in anywhere. There are people out there, and we need to help them become more faithful in themselves, but we don't want them to be too faithful in themselves because too much of any good thing is always a bad thing. It doesn't matter what it is, but too much of any good thing can turn into a bad thing. So be confident, have faith in yourself, believe in yourself, but don't let it get to your head. That's all I gotta say for this morning. So I'm gonna close out in our prayers, and I'll see you next time. So let's bow our heads and close our eyes. Dear Lord, I would like to thank you for this message. I'd like to thank you for allowing us to be people who aren't supposed to make all the right choices so that we don't get over our heads when we do make the right choices and go through life. I'd like to thank you for helping people find their inner faith and belief in themselves, and I pray for those who have yet to find it, you will help them reach out into themselves and be able to pull it to the surface. I pray that people will be able to find more faith in not only themselves but in the people around them, and that more people will find faith in you. And I pray that through friendships and trials that we'll be able to become a whole society one day. That is my faith. In your son's precious name I pray. Amen. Alright, that was a bit of a weird prayer. I really didn't know where to go with it this morning because, like I said, I'm a bit tired. But again, the message of today: have faith in yourself, believe in yourself, but don't let it get to you. So this has been Dr. Jacobs with the Morning Slice, a slice of life for your morning.